following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
It's time to double down. It's time to raise the stakes. And it is time to go all in with the High Limit Sprint Car Series. This is the High Limit Room. It's the home of 24 high rollers. We are free.
Just a few miles from the shore of Lake Superior lies the Gondik Speedway. It is the next stop on the 2026 calendar for the drivers with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing. It's race number 19 out of 58 in 2026 and round number 6 of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series as well. Welcome to Superior, Wisconsin. My name is Chase Rodman with Tony Laporta bringing the action down in the infield and back in the pit area as well. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for tonight's event, as the weather has cooperated with us here this evening, but there was a little bit of rain earlier this afternoon, raining for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. 72 degrees right now, 3-mile-per-hour winds and overcast conditions. That's how it's been most of the day here in Superior, Wisconsin, but that rain came in earlier today. No issues. We will be getting this one in here tonight. Now, for those of you that may be seeing sprint cars for the first time tonight at the racetrack, we'll show you this video, which is an explainer of the race format, and this is how it's going to work tonight. So drivers have drawn in for their qualifying spot in a random order, and with 29 cars on the property tonight, it'll be one flight of qualifying. The drivers run 2 laps in qualifying. That'll set them up for a heat race later on. Each heat race, 8 laps, will take the top 6 finishers to the main event. The rest of the drivers will go to the B main. 2 cars from each heat race go to the dash, with the rest of the transfers going to the feature. And then those drivers I talked about a moment ago, 7th on back in a heat race, will go to this race, the B main. 12 laps in distance there, and the top 6 from the B main will start in positions 18, make that 19 through 24 in tonight's $12,000 to win race here at the Gondik Speedway. Let's take a look at some of the notable entries that are in the house here this evening. We'll take a look here. Brooke Tatnall, a 2-time IRA winner here at the Gondik Speedway. Joel Myers Jr. ran 2nd here a few years ago with the IRA sprint cars. Christopher Traum, a former pole sitter with IRA a few years back. Darren Nida, Ayrton Jennington, Kyle Larson, last night's winner. All 3 of those drivers making their Gondik Speedway debut tonight. Austin Hartman, one of the IRA regulars, is here. Zach Dahm made the trip up from Red Cedar one night ago. Tyler Brabant and Gage Polkerbeck, some of the notable entries that are in the house for round number 6 of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series. Now the track facts. What do you need to know about Gondik? Most of you have probably never heard of this track or seen it before. Located here in Superior, Wisconsin, just maybe an hour away from the Canadian border and maybe just 20 minutes away from the border of Minnesota. Opened back in 1955. It is 3/8 of a mile in distance, and the track record was set back on September 6th of 2013 by Davey Heskin. That lap time was a 12.653 second time, and so this will be the first ever National Touring Wing Sprint Car race here to be held at Gondik Speedway. So maybe we will see a new track record, but from talking to some of the locals here and talking to a couple of guys that have raced here before, like Danny Sams or Brenham Crouch or Kerry Madsen, this track has the tendency to either be very, very slick very early, or it stays fast throughout the night. And so who knows? We could see a track record, or we could see mid-14-second lap times when we get into qualifying later on. Now let's head over to nxtbets.com/playhlr and take a look at their odds for this evening. Here are some of the favorites. Kyle Larson at +210. He is the favorite after a dominating performance here one night ago at Red Cedar. Brent Marks is on the charge right now. 3 second-place finishes in a row. Rico Abreu is also one of the favorites at +416. Tyler Courtney +551. Aaron Reitzel was starting to slip down here with NXTBets.com. He's down to +900, along with Justin Peck, Giovanni Scelzi, and Tanner Thorson. A couple more of the longer shots. For tonight's Rodman risk, I'm going to go with Brenham Crouch for a top 5 finish here tonight. Why did I take him for a top 5? Well, he has been in the top 10 for every single race race so far this week, and he's one of just 3 high rollers that has been to this track in the past, and he ran top 5 in that race. Crouch and new crew chief Heath Moyle have really found some speed here recently, and I like what I've seen from them. He is plus 2,400 for a top 5 finish here this evening at the Gondik Speedway. Cars, a little engine heat and a little track packing session going on before we head into Dirt Draft Hot Laps, and we need to hear from Tony Laporta down in the infield. And Tony, it has been fun here so far tonight, hearing everybody's speculation as to what this place could produce. No one, it sounds like no one could find videos of a 410 sprint car around Gondik Speedway. A lot of late model races, a lot of other types of cars, but no sprint car stuff. And so everybody's been down there kind of, hey, I think it looks like this track, or it maybe feels like this track. It's been fun hearing everybody speculate about Gondik tonight.
Yeah, it's been fun getting to learn about this place, and that was the theme that I hit on at the start of our FS1 portion of the night last night at Red Cedar. Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing doesn't just find its bread and butter of tracks, prop themselves up against those 4 or 5 or 6 tracks, and then not change much for a couple dozen years. This series is all about finding new places and showing the sport off to new faces. This track here in Superior, Wisconsin certainly falls into that category. I think you said it, Chase. 3 of the full-time Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing high rollers have turned a wheel around the Gondik Speedway. One of them is Brenham Crouch. You said just a moment ago you like what you've seen out of the young driver from Texas as of late, apparently enough to bestow the curse of the Rodman risk upon him. I didn't know that at the time, so when I spoke to him back in the pit area, I didn't get the sense that he was too bummed out, because I don't think he knew either that he was the Rodman risk, but I did get to talk to him about what he expects to see on track here when we get cars out on track in competition in just a little while.
High Limit Racing finds itself in a very busy stretch of races here to kick off the summer and the month of June. When I walked through the pits yesterday to find out who had been where that were coming up on the schedule, nobody really could say they'd been to many of these places except for Big Money Brenham Crouch. And you're living up to that name with big experience. You are one of the only drivers in the pit area who has raced here at Gondik Speedway. So tell me, what is it like out there at the Gondik Speedway?
I've only got one night under my belt here. It's back in 23 when I did the IRA tour. We came late in the year. It was really slick. It reminded me of like a Sharon almost. Slick to a fence. There's a little bit of drop off 3 and 4. Kind of gets tricky off of 4. Really, really racy though. I enjoyed it. It was fast yet slow. Slick, carried a lot of speed, technical. I think that a lot of our high limit guys are really going to enjoy this place.
I mean, that's a rave review. You ever think about writing descriptions for like racetracks Wikipedia pages? That was really good.
I just try to tell the truth, Tony.
I mean, that is what we need in this world today. Hey, you know who wants to get talked about right now, I think, is Heath Moyle. He's recently come on and joined your program here at CJB Motorsports. He's a guy who's kind of been everywhere and seen a little bit of it all. What's it been like having Heath join the team?
Yeah, it's funny. He said he hadn't been to this place, and I kind of looked at him weird because, well, he's got a little bit more experience than I do.
Well, as old as he is, you think he'd been everywhere.
Well, I was trying to get there. I was kind of like trying to soft launch that a little bit. But yeah, no, him leaning on me for advice was a little interesting. But it's been really fun working with him the last couple of weeks. He's really knowledgeable, taught me a lot already on both driver and mechanical sides of sprint car racing, and hopefully we can just keep it going. We've built a little bit of momentum, it feels like, and we've got some car speed, and if the driver can figure out how to get in the dash, we can be those few spots better we need to be.
All right, and then finally, we're almost out of time. We are out of time, but I'm going to ask you this anyway. Over the offseason, you told me that your goal this year was to become a driver that other car owners and other teams saw and thought, we want to trust that guy with our equipment. How do you feel like you're coming along as far as reaching that goal?
I feel like the years up and down. I think that I've done a pretty good job of taking care of my own equipment, and that's half the battle. I think that we're getting going results-wise and speed-wise, and I think that this is a results-driven sport. So if we can hammer down that side of it and really just become personable and really just find a way to grind through the season and turn around kind of what was a really slow start for what we were expecting, I don't think that I'd be far off of that, at least in my eyes. So hopefully everybody else sees it that way.
Brennan Crouch is looking to find a way to grind through this season. I'm just trying to grind through this week. We are 1 race down. Tonight is number 2. 2 more to go after this over the next 2 nights. It's busy out here on the road with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing.
Good to catch up with the driver of that CJB Motorsports Horizon Whiskey number 5 machine, Brennan Crouch, the young man out of the great state of Texas. He calls Lubbock, Texas home, although he resides in central Indiana these days, chasing his dreams of dirt track sprint car racing. He's been a part of Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing since the series went national back in 2024. The guys over at Built 2 Media, Chase, had me on their show to preview Red Cedar back on, I think it was Monday night or whatever night we haven't raced this last week. And they at Built 2 Media told me, hey, Gondik Law, it might start out a little heavy, but it will turn into concrete, that slick, by the end of the night. Well, I'll tell you something, just trying to cross this track to get into the infield, both Daryl and I, we almost biffed it, as the kids say, and it's slick already. So it will be exciting to see how this place changes. It is wide. I can't wait to see what they do when they get down into turns 1 and 2. This place definitely comes off with that very racy look to it, so it'll be very fun to watch how this place changes throughout the night. I don't know if it can get much more slick than it already is. Mike and Brad, they were watching me cross the track in my JT Power Sports Burromax. They were sure I was going to fall. I didn't. You know, they didn't know what they were looking at. We are going to come back with more live coverage of Roto-Rooter Midweek Series action. Interstate Batteries High Limit continues here next on FloRacing when we come back.
Thank you to our partner Eclipse Claims, eclipsing insurance tactics and protecting your payout. They are an official partner of High Limit in 2026. Are you looking to land a career in racing? Begin your education at the university that started it all. UNOH works with some of the nation's premier race teams and gives students the hands-on experience needed to launch their careers. Turn your passion into a career at unoh.edu. All the drivers in hot lap session number 1 about to hit the racetrack here momentarily. There are 29 cars in the field here tonight. But for those of you maybe that are seeing high level racing for the very first time here at the racetrack, if you pay attention to the big screen, we are going to introduce you to the full timers in 2026. We call them the high rollers.
Rico Abreu, St. Helena, California.
Aaron Reitzel, Clute, Texas.
Giovanni Scelzi, Fresno, California.
Tanner Thorson, Minden, Nevada.
Tyler Courtney, Indianapolis, Indiana.
Justin Peck, Monrovia, Indiana.
Kerry Madsen, St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia.
Brent Marks, Myerstown, Pennsylvania.
Cy Lynch, Apollo, Pennsylvania.
Tanner Holmes, Jacksonville, Oregon.
Jason Persley, Locust Grove, Oklahoma.
Hank Davis, Sand Springs, Oklahoma.
Brennan Crouch, Lubbock, Texas.
Chase Randall, Waco, Texas.
Danny Sams, Northport, Florida.
Those are the drivers you'll be seeing on the track tonight, along with some of the best in Wisconsin that are here tonight as well. As Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1 rolls onto the backstretch now, let's introduce you to the drivers as they appear on the screen. You see the first car getting pushed off down the backstretch. He is from Plymouth, Wisconsin, driving the Christine Hartman Realty Shufflebotham Tree Service, The Dispensary AA Auto Body, number 87A. That is Austin Hartman. Austin Hartman in the 87A. From Pewaukee, Wisconsin, the great company, Peterson Septic, Lynch West Bend, Mulch Express of Wisconsin. Number 4, it's Alex Pekorski. Alex Pekorski in the number 4. From Northport, Florida, driving the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, number 24D, former IRA winner here at Gondik Law Speedway, Danny Sams III. Danny Sams in the 24D. And from Waco, Texas, driving the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels Outlaw Wings, Smith Titanium, number 9R. That is the quickest chicken, Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the white number 9. From Princeton, Minnesota, driving the Ground Support, Twin Cities Auto Glass, Absolute Auto, IB Holland, number 4S. That is Jeremy Snow. Jeremy Snow in the 4S. And boy, has this guy been good the last 3 races. 3 second places in a row from Myerstown, Pennsylvania in the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Baps Paint, Livewire Customs, number 19, Brent Marks. Brent Marks in the 19. Final car on the track for this session is from Apollo, Pennsylvania. Behind the wheel, the Mercedes Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting Coating, MAV Motorsports, number 42. That is Cy Lynch. Cy Lynch in the 42. And also getting pushed off on the backstretch, a two-time IRA Sprint Car winner here at Gondik Law Speedway from Sans Souci, New South Wales, Australia. The Protofab Engineering, Fratellone Racing, Mystic Lubricants, Wood Motorsports, number 14, Brooke Tatnall. Brooke Tatnall in the 14. Those are the drivers in the first Dirt Draft Hot Lap session of the night. Don't forget to get that Dirt Draft lineup set before the heat races tonight so that you can earn points in the speed shop and get yourself a prize, which could be a t-shirt, it could be race tickets, it could be streaming subscriptions as well. Download the new Dirt Draft app in the Apple or Google Play Store. Each event, you get $100,000 to spend on 5 drivers, but each driver, here's the catch, they are worth a different sum of money. You can only take 5 of them. You cannot go over that $100,000. Draft your team of 5 drivers to compete against hundreds of other teams across the world, and you can get those points in the speed shop like I mentioned. New features, new games. It's the new Dirt Draft app. Download it today. Green flag is out. For the first time, a National Touring Sprint Car Series is here at the Gondik Law Speedway. Fastest driver so far is Brooke Tatnall. He's now surpassed by Brent Marks, who goes to a 15.205. Chase Randall in second, a 15.766. He's surpassed by Danny Sams at a 15.358. Alex Pokorski up to the 3rd spot on the charts, a 15.608. Now Randall and now Lynch into the 14-second range, a 14.863 for Cy Lynch. And so that is going to do it for now as far as session number 1 goes. Cy Lynch is the fastest at a 14.863 second lap time. Danny Sams in second, a 14.933. Then Chase Randall third, a 15.015. Brent Marks fourth, a 15.205. And fifth is Brooke Tatnall at a 15.364 seconds. So the drivers, they are not done yet here in session number 1. We're going to allow them to pack in that racing surface a little bit. A lot of water applied to the track today, and a little bit of rain came through around 2 p.m. as well. And so I want to make sure that the track is in good shape before we continue on with session number 2, and then of course get into Capital Custom Trailer qualifying thereafter. So get these big wide tires out there, circling the speedway slowly to help work in any moisture that could be sitting on the top of the racing surface. Getting a look there at Chase Randall, currently sitting in the 3rd spot when it comes to the hot lap times right now at a 15.015. Randall tonight, his Gondik Law Speedway debut. He was 16th one night ago at the Red Cedar Speedway. Mentioned his debut tonight. There are 29 cars tonight. Only 9 of them have been to this track and turned laps before. So 20 drivers seeing Gondik Law for the first time in their careers tonight. That guy is not one of them. Brooke Tatnall, plenty of experience here in Superior, Wisconsin. Green flag back out. Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 1 continues on. See if we can lower the mark, and we do to a 14.006 for Cy Lynch. Just took 8/10 off the lap time by a slow wheel pack session. Now Marks into the 13s, a 13.872. Lynch, Tatnall, Pokorski, and Randall the top 5. Brent Marks even faster now, 13.743 on lap number 6. So that should more than likely do it for session number 1 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. And Brent Marks, car number 19, goes to the top. A 13.743 second lap time for Marks. Cy Lynch in second at a 14.006. Chase Randall third, a 14.164. Alex Pekorski fourth at a 14.248. And Danny Sams in fifth at a 14.368 second lap time. Brooke Tatnell and Austin Hartman, the other two drivers that were out there on the track. Session number 2 rolls onto the back straightaway now for their hot lap session. From Waupun, Wisconsin, the great company AmRamp, Mulch Express of Wisconsin, orders in number 8. That is Will Garrett's. Will Garrett's in the number 8. And outside of him is a Race Routine Foundation Rookie of the Year contender. He's from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Michael Dutcher Motorsports Lifestyle Homes Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries Parallax Group number 17 GP. That is Hank Davis. Hank Davis in the 17 GP. And his Rookie of the Year rival rolls down the backstretch now from Jacksonville, Oregon. The Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, Juniata Concrete number 13 of Tanner Holmes. Tanner Holmes in the 13. From Fresno, California, the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Gio Selzy in the 77. And coming off of turn number 4 now from Waupun, Wisconsin, it's the Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Lewin and Sons Excavating, Dolmus Transport, AmRamp, number 99, Tyler Brabant. Tyler Brabant in the 99. And coming down the front stretch now from St. Cloud, Minnesota, the All-Pro Powder Coating, Blue Ribbon Home Improvement, Auto Value, Claxton Engines, number 91, Reed Alex. Reed Alex in the 91. Final car in this session makes his way down the front straightaway now. From Gravois Mills, Missouri, the Bernie Brand Hot Sauce, Hibden Gravel, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3, Ayrton Jennington. Ayrton Jennington in the number 3. Those are the cars in session number 2 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. The green flag waves. The time to beat, 13.743 seconds by Brent Marks. Giovanni Selzy in the top 5, third quick, a 14.134. Ayrton Jennington goes to 7th on the speed charts. Now Hank Davis goes to the top. 13.728 for the 17 GP is surpassed by Giovanni Selzy to a 13.591. So that is going to do it. Oh, we got one around. Reed Alex has spun along with one other car. I believe that is Tyler Brabant. Also stopped over there in turn number 2. So Brabant and Alex with a problem. Did not see that happen as these drivers will head back to the pit area. Giovanni Selzy is now the fastest car, 13.591 seconds. Tanner Holmes in second at a 13.689, and Hank Davis in third at a 13.728. Brent Marks and Cy Lynch, the top 5. Then it's Chase Randall, Alex Pekorski, Danny Sams, Tyler Brabant, and Ayrton Jennington, the top 10. Those two drivers should be able to continue on, that being Reed Alex and Tyler Brabant. They head straight back to the trailer as we roll session number 3 onto the backstretch now. From Monrovia, Indiana, driving the Skagit Speedway, Race Routine Foundation, Hager Realty, Standcraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino, number 26. The driver is Justin Peck. Justin Peck in the 26. And you heard from him on the pre-race show tonight out of Lubbock, Texas. The Horizon Whiskey, Nice Cretan Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, RB Ranch, number 5, Brenham Crouch. Brenham Crouch in the number 5. Brenham Crouch, one of just 3 drivers tonight with some experience here at Gondik Law. Had a top 5 run with the IRA a few years ago. Also in this third session of cars from the Locust Grove, Oklahoma, driving the Casey Kane Racing, Mike Curb, Napa, Brumo's Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation number 9. That is Dason Pursley. Dason Pursley in car number 9. And the defending series champion and the current point leader out of St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart Kerbagajanian Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apples, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Waste Connections. Number 24, it's Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu in the 24. And the winner of the last 2 Interstate Batteries High-Limit Racing events rolls off at turn number 4 now. Out of Elk Grove, California, the all-ball your alternative, HendrickCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Fulkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing. Number 57, Young Money, Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson in the 57. From East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Proceed, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson Associates. Number G5, that is Gage Polkerbeck. Gage Polkerbeck in car number G5. From Adrian, Michigan, the Indy Race Parts, STP Motorsports, Moon and Dagger Tattoos, Lusarski Excavating and Paving. Number 2 MD, Darren Nida. Darren Nida in the 2 MD. And we do see Jeremy Snow back on the track in the 4S. He was out in that first session. So Jeremy Snow out of Princeton, Minnesota, back on the track. Looks like he did not get a lap time in that first session. Rico Abreu's 8th quick. Kyle Larson goes to 2nd quick at a 13.686. Darren Nida into the top 10, along with Brenham Crouch, who goes to 7th. And Kyle Larson now goes to the top, a 13.450. So that will do it for session number 3 of Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Kyle Larson now the fastest at 13.450 seconds. He is followed by Justin Peck now in 2nd at 13.533. Then Giovanni Scelzi and Tanner Holmes from the previous group, along with Hank Davis in the top 5. Brent Marks, Brenham Crouch goes to 7th quick. Cy Lynch 8th. Darren Nida and Rico Abreu both into the top 10 in that final, or in that group that just passed. One more group of cars rolling onto the track for their practice session, leading them onto the Speedway. He is from Indianapolis, Indiana. Behind the wheel of the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Coaters and Carts, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge. Number 7 BC, it's Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. Tyler Courtney in the 7 BC. From Santa Rosa, California, driving the Installtech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes, number 19 Junior, Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers Jr. in the 19 Junior. And a 6-time High-Limit Racing feature winner this year rolls into turns 3 and 4 from Clute, Texas. The Fulkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Brian Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. Aaron Reitzel in the 87. From Sanborn, Minnesota, driving the Joel Pigeon Trucking, State Bank of Fairmont, Lakes Area Safe, and Vault Creek Area Ag. Number 24T, Christopher Traum. Christopher Traum in the 24T. And rolling across the flag stand now, from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip-Ons, number 55, the Madman, Kerry Madsen. Kerry Madsen and car number 55. And from Pocahontas, Illinois, the Jim Shooknecht, Premier Powder Coating, KO Motorsports, Golden Eagle Distributing, number 92, Zach Dahm. Zach Dahm in the 92. And final car on the track for this session. He rolls into turn 1 now from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports Smith Titanium Factory Cane. Maximum Racing Oils, Messina Valley Transportation, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Tanner Thorson in the 88 as we go green on the final practice session of the night here at the Gondik Law Speedway. Kerry Madsen in the top 10. He's 9th quick at a 14.019. Fastest driver so far. Tyler Courtney goes to the top, along with Aaron Reitzel to a 13.150. And Reitzel is pounding the wall in turn 2. Kerry Madsen also to the top 5 at a 13.576. And that is going to do it for Hot Laps tonight. Aaron Reitzel, now the fastest driver, 13.150 seconds. That is 2.5 tenths faster than the rest of the field. Tyler Courtney second at 13.408. Then Kyle Larson in third, a 13.450. Justin Peck fourth, 13.533. And Kerry Madsen fifth at 13.576 seconds. Giovanni Scelzi, Tanner Holmes, Christopher Traum, Hank Davis, and Brent Marks, the top 10 fastest cars tonight in our practice session. Next on the program is the qualifying session presented by Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. They are a premier dealer for Renegade, Showhauler, Newmar, and Intech trailers. See for yourself why more racers go to Capital for all their transport needs. If you are in the market for a Totoro, motor coach, or a trailer, trust the people that are there in the pits with you and that support the sport. Check out their complete lineup at CapitalRenegade.com. Track record here at Gondik Lost Speedway was set back on September 6th of 2013 by Davey Heskin. The lap time was a 12.653. 12653, and so that was about a half second off, or we're about a half second off after hot laps. Reitzel's time was a 13.150, and so gonna need to pick up some serious time here if we want to see a track record be broken, a record that's been sitting around for about 13 years now. Qualifying works like this: 2 cars on the track at the same time. They'll go 2 laps around the track, and their best lap time will set them up for their heat race later on in the program. We do 2 cars at a time at most tracks to just help with the process and make it go a little bit faster. We are all about streamlining the racing program here with Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing, which was evidenced last night at the Red Cedar Speedway. Had that feature done by, I want to say it was 8:53 was the exact time of the checkered flag. And so hopefully on a weeknight here at Gondik Law, we can do the same for you folks, so you can make it to work for your Friday tomorrow. Make it to work on time. Waiting for a few cars to show up in the staging lane before we get into our qualifying session here this evening. Tony Laporta, you know, I wanted to talk to you about something. Ayrton Genitin is a guy that's been with us this whole week so far, and he's going to be with us for the next couple nights as well. Have you noticed that he's got him and one crew guy about the same age as him, Ace, doing this whole thing by themselves this whole week? It's been pretty cool to see.
Reminds me a lot of Zach Dahm and Gravy, the car owner on that number 92. They're doing it just themselves as well. That's what it takes sometimes. If you want to get out on the road and go racing, Chase, you're not always going to have a big army of folks to come help you. Now, I want to talk to you about what you just said about Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing moving quickly to get people home in a timely fashion. You just talked about getting people out of here so they could get to work on time. Are you supposing that people are going to leave here and go straight to their office? Because I imagine they're going to go home and get some sleep first, but that's just me.
Some people like to put in overtime every now and again, Tony, so maybe that is the case here tonight as we roll into qualifying now. First 2 cars out of Apollo, Pennsylvania, the Mositas Motorsports, Ducati of Pittsburgh, Hollywood Blasting and Coating, Map Motorsports, number 42 at Cy Lynch, and joining him from Myerstown, Pennsylvania, the McGrewBid.com, K&L Utilities, Bass Paint Live Wire Customs, number 19 at Brent Marks. Lap 1 for size, a 13.390, 13.390. Brent Marks on lap 1 goes to the top, a 13.247, 13247. Cy Lynch on lap number 2, better, but still second quick, a 13.327. And for Brent Marks on lap number 2 goes better, 13.228, 13.228. Brent Marks sets the bar in flight A. Well, actually, we don't have flights tonight. We're all one group of qualifying, so he sets the bar overall so far tonight, followed by Cy Lynch at 13.327. Qualifying next from Sans Souci, New South Wales, Australia, the Protofab Engineering, Fratellone Racing, Mystic Lubricants, Wood Motorsports, number 14 of Brooke Tatnall. And joining him from Northport, Florida, the Global Link, Moxie Performance Advisors, GSR Racing, CSI Shocks, Impact Signs, 24D, Danny Sams III. Lap 1 for Brooke Tatnall, 13.742, 13.742. Danny Sams on lap number 1 goes third quick now, a 13.590, 13.590. Brooke Tatnall lap number 2, he's going to slow down to a 13.837. First lap better, 13.742. And for the most recent 410 winner, Gondik Law lap 2's better, but still third quick, a 13.536, 13.536. Danny Sams third, and Brooke Tatnall fourth of the 4 cars that have qualified thus far. Couple of Wisconsin regulars make their way onto the track now. From Plymouth, Wisconsin, the Christine Hartman Realty Shufflebotham Tree Service, The Dispensary, AA Auto Body number 87A of Austin Hartman. And joining in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the great company, Peterson Septic, Lynch West Bend, Mulch Express of Wisconsin, number 4 of Alex Pekorski. Pekorski in the 4, Hartman in the 87A. Lap 1 for Hartman, he is 5th, a 13.908. And for Pekorski, he goes 5th quick now at a 13.871, 13.871. Austin Hartman coming off of turn number 4. Lap number 2 for him is going to be better, back to 5th, a 13.770. And for Pekorski, off the pace across the line. So he will definitely stick with lap 1, which was a 13.871. Hartman P5 and Pekorski P6. Of the 6 qualifiers, we have 23 remaining here in Capital Custom Trailer Time Trials. On the clock now from Waco, Texas, the Bush's Chicken, Two Worlds Equestrian, Kaiser Wheels, Outlaw Wing, Smith Titanium, number 9R. Here is Chase Randall. Chase Randall in the 9R, way up next to the wall in turns 1 and 2 for Randall. He is solo out there. The next qualifier did not make it out. Looks like maybe Jeremy Snow had a problem as Chase Randall comes across the line. His first lap time is going to be 7th quick, a 14.058, 13.058. Chase Randall, 16th last night at Red Cedar Speedway, currently sitting in the 14th place in the point standings with a 5th place run at Vado Speedway Park. Lap 2 up to the 4th spot, a 13.677, 13.677, 4th overall for Chase Randall in the 9R. Here come your next 2 qualifiers. One of them is a Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year contender from Jacksonville, Oregon. The Jugo Superfoods, Pella, Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Trim by Design, Shenandoah Concrete, number 13 of Tanner Holmes. And from Princeton, Minnesota, the Ground Support, Twin Cities Auto Glass, Absolute Auto, Ivy Hall, number 4S of Jeremy Snow. Lap 1 for Holmes, 3rd, quick, a 13.368, 13.368. Jeremy Snow's first lap time's in 9th. It's a 14.387, 14.387. Tanner Holmes on lap number 2 to the top, a 13.094, 13.094. Jeremy Snow going to slow down on lap 2 to a 14.425, but Tanner Holmes now goes to the top. Fastest driver so far in Capital Custom Trailer qualifying, 13.094 seconds. And Tanner's Race Redeem Foundation Rookie of the Year rival now rolls onto the track into Sand Springs, Oklahoma. The Michael Dutcher Motorsports, Lifestyle Homes, Big Rig Repair of Indiana, Avanti Industries, Parallax Group, number 17 GP, it's Hank Davis. And joining him from St. Cloud, Minnesota, the All-Pro Powder Coating, Blue Ribbon Home Improvement, Auto Valley, Claxton Engines, number 91 of Reed Alex. Lap 1 for Hank is 5th quick, 13.589, 13.589. Reed Alex, first lap for him is going to be a 15.220, 15.220. Hank Davis on lap number 2 is going to slow down just a tick to a 13.601. His first lap was a 13.589. And for Reed Alex, his second lap, just a tick slower as well by 8 1/1000ths of a second. So he will stay with lap 1, which was a 15.220 second lap, 11th of the 11 cars so far. Two drivers getting powered up now for their qualifying runs at Waupun, Wisconsin. The Anything and Everything Home Maintenance, A. Lewin & Sons Excavating, Dolmas Transport, AmRamp, number 99. This is Tyler Brabant. And joining him from Gravis Mills, Missouri, the Bernie Brand Hot Sauce, Hibden Gravel, Wet Steps, High Performance Lubricants, number 3 of Ayrton Genitin. Ayrton Genitin in the 3, Tyler Brabant in the 99. Brabant's first lap, a 14.482, 14.482. Ayrton Geniton is 7th quick on lap 1, a 13.715, 13.715. Brabant going to stop the clock on lap 2 better, up to 11th quick, a 14.157, 14.157. Geniton on lap number 2 not going to improve, a 13.790. That first lap was better by just a little bit of 13.715. Puts him 7th on the speed chart out of 13 cars. Meanwhile, Tyler Brabant was 11th with a 14.157. Next to clock in from Waupun, Wisconsin, the great company Amram Mulch Express of Wisconsin honors in number 8 of Will Garrett's. And on the track with him from Fresno, California, the Chili's, Spire Motorsports, Carmen Trucking, Ziegler Auto Group, Gainbridge, number 77, Hot Sauce, Giovanni Selzy. Will Garrett's first time by is going to be 13th. It's a 14.460. Gio on lap number 1 goes 4th quick, 13.380, 13.380. Will Garrett's did not qualify for the feature last night at Red Cedar. Lap number 2 for him is better, up to 13th, a 14.181. And for Gio, he is not going to improve. A 13.413. He's going to stay with lap 1, which was a 13.380, and that was 4th quick of 15 cars. Meanwhile, Will Garrett's 13th at 14.181 seconds. Last year's Rookie of the Year from Locust Grove, Oklahoma, the Casey Kane Race with Mike Curb, Napa, Brumos Collection, Ballard Products, Carver Corporation, number 9. This is Dason Persley. And joining him from Lubbock, Texas, Horizon Whiskey, Nice Green Landis, PhilPools.com, High Performance Lubricants, Army Ranch, number 5, Brenham Crouch. Lap 1 for Dason is 7th quick, a 13.603, a 13.603. Crouch's first lap is 12th. It's a 13.790, 13.790. Dason Persley, lap number 2 for him is up into the top 5, 13.516. Brenham Crouch, lap number 2, up to 8th quick, 13.617, 13.617. 8th quick for Brenham Crouch and 5th quick for Dason Persley at 13.516. Everyone still chasing Tanner Holmes at 13.094. Next to clock in from Monrovia, Indiana, the Skagit Speedway, Race Your Dean Foundation, Hager Realty, Standcraft Jet Center, Angel of the Winds Casino. Number 26, it's Justin Peck. And from Adrian, Michigan, the Indy Race Parts, STP Motorsports, Moon and Dagger Tattoos, Sasarski Excavating and Paving. Number 2, MD Darren Nida. Lap 1 for Peck goes 3rd quick, 13.282, 13.282. Peck hang on to the car. Lap number 2, lap 1 for Darren Knight, a 10th quick, a 13.649, and he about biffs it in turn number 2. Justin Peck, lap 2 going to slow down, of course, 14.631, but that first lap was good enough for 3rd quick, 13.282, and Nida will not improve as well, 14.225. Both of those guys right on the edge of disaster. Nida's first lap was 10th overall, 13.649 seconds. Here come your next 2 drivers out of Elk Grove, California. The all-by-year alternative, HenryCars.com, JVI Group, Finley Farms, Folkins Brothers Trucking, FloRacing. Number 57, this is Kyle Larson. And joining him, the defending series champion from St. Helena, California, the Tony Stewart, Curb Magazine Racing, CarQuest, Sugar Bee Apple, Swan Island Sheet Metal, Waste Connections. Number 24 of Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu, 24, Kyle Larson, 57. Lap 1 for Larson is 6th quick. It's a 13.416, 13.416. Rico's first time by is 11th, a 13.624, 13.624. Kyle Larson's second time by the line will be up into the top 5, 13.377. And for Rico on lap number 2, he is now 8th quick at a 13.532, 13.532. 8th for Rico and 5th for Kyle Larson, with about 8 cars left to qualify. And here comes the driver that was fastest overall in hot laps earlier on. From Clute, Texas, the Folkins Brothers Trucking, Power Plus, Brian Paper Motorsports, STC Monty Farms. Number 87, it's Aaron Reitzel. And on the track with him from Santa Rosa, California, the Install Tech, Velocity Engineering, Blackburn Construction, Dirt Dudes. Number 19, Junior Joel Myers Jr. Joel Myers in the 19, Aaron Reitzel in the number 87. Reitzel's first time by the line. He's going to be second quick, a 13.142. 1.3.142. Joel Myers 18th on lap 1, 13.870. 1.3870. Reitzel needs about a tenth of a second to get to Holmes. Lap number 2 will not do it. 13.396. First lap better. 13.142. And for Myers, he improves to 14th, a 13.655. 1.3655. Tanner Holmes maintains his spot at the top, just barely over Aaron Reitzel, 13.094. Next up from St. Mary's, New South Wales, Australia, the Maxim Trucking, TK Concrete, Logan Contractor Supply, Rexco Equipment, Zip Bonds, number 55. Here is the Madman, Kerry Madsen. And joining him from Minden, Nevada, the JST Motorsports, Smith Titanium Factory Kane, Maxima Racing Oils, with Valley Transportation, number 88 of Tanner Thorson. Lap 1 for Kerry is 6 quick, 13.352. 1.3.352. Tanner Thorson's first time by 21st quick, 14 flat. 1.4.000. Hang on to it, Tanner in turn 2. Kerry Madsen, lap number 2. He will not go faster, 13.557. First lap better, 13.352. And Thorson will certainly slow down to a 15.291. He will stick with lap 1, which was 21st quick, 14.000. 4 cars left, and turn number 2 has been entertaining to say the very least. From Indianapolis, Indiana, here is the NOS Energy Drink, Spire Motorsports, Elliott's Custom Trailers and Cards, Brand Professional Agriculture, Cambridge. Number 7 BC, here is Sunshine, Tyler Courtney. And joining, and Sunshine's over the edge of the bank in turn number 2. That lap will certainly not be a good one, as also on the track from Pocahontas, Illinois, Zach Dahm, the Jim Shookneck, Premier Powder Coating, KO Motorsports, Golden Eagle Distributing, number 92. Tyler Courtney is 26 quick on lap 1, 15.410, 1.5410. Zach Dahm, his opening lap time, 24th, a 14.242. Sunshine, can he improve on lap number 2, goes to 22nd, a 14.043. 1.4043. And Zach Dahm finishing up his lap time. He's better to 23rd at a 14.085. 1.4085. Believe we are missing Gage Polkerbeck. He did not come out, but I do see him in the staging lane. And so he missed his spot in the qualifying order. He should go out by himself at the end. That'll leave us with one more car getting 2 laps. It is Christopher Traum from Sanborn, Minnesota, in the Joel Pigeon Trucking, State Bank of Fairmont, Lakes Area Safe and Vault Creek Area Ag, number 24T. Traum flirting with disaster down there in turn number 2. Was 15th here with the IRA back in 2024. Start on the pole of that main event. Lap 1 for Throm is going to be 26, a 14.212, 14.212. Christopher Traum, a Houston Speedway winner back on May 10th. He is the current Houston Speedway points leader as well. Lap number 2 for Christopher Traum is up to 18th, a 13.718, 1.3718 for car number 24T. And this will be your final qualifier. Gage Polkerbeck missed his spot in the qualifying rundown, and so he will get 1 lap and 1 lap only out there in the G5. And Polkerbeck's car, as we've seen for the last 3 or 4 nights, just does not appear to be getting up to speed. Gage from East Grand Forks, Minnesota, the Pro C, JW Repair, Ekman Dental Arts, Phil Thompson Associates, number G5. Has been to every Highland Racing event in 2026. Best run was an 18th place run at the Texas Motor Speedway Dirt Track. His first and only lap will be a 16.836. And so Polkerbeck will be at the caboose in this one, 29th out of 29 cars. And so that is going to wrap things up for Capital Custom Trailer qualifying here tonight. And for the first time this year, he is your fast time qualifier, the Rookie of the Year contender, Tanner Holmes. Tanner's lap time, 13.094. Aaron Reitzel, Brent Marks, Justin Peck, Cy Lynch, the top 5. Kerry Madsen, Kyle Larson, Giovanni Selzy, Dason Persley, and Rico Abreu in the top 10. But Tanner Holmes off to a good start here tonight in his Red Cedar Speedway debut. Boog Motorsports car has been very good at qualifying for the last 2 or 3 years, and it continues here at the Gondik Lost Speedway. As you see everybody making their way out of the infield and back to their trailers, they will prepare for heat race action, while you fans here at the track should prepare for the Fan Fest, because as soon as those cars go back to the pit area, the drivers are going to head to their t-shirt trailers behind the main grandstands for Fan Fest. If you'd like to meet your favorite driver, get a picture, get an autograph, or buy a piece of merchandise, now is the time to do it, as the drivers will head back there for Fan Fest for about the next 15 or so minutes here, maybe 20 minutes at the Gondik Lost Speedway. So get back there and take advantage of that while you can.
This is Kyle Larson, and you're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing on FloRacing.
It's gonna be a long drive.
Hi! Why? Don't let the brood spoil your mood. I got you covered. Silence is golden. Let's get rich.
Wait, what does that do? How are you so wonderful?
Actually, I'm Mr. Dependable. And like Interstate Batteries, I'm outrageously dependable.
Is there a Mrs. Dependable?
DMI is a leading manufacturer of steering, suspension, and driveline components of the sprint car industry. The line of Bulldog quick change rears featured unmatched reliability, innovation, and strength. DMI T-Rex torsion bars are the choice of the sport's top professionals who demand consistency and performance. DMI Bulldog components are proudly made in the USA in our Lancaster, Pennsylvania manufacturing facility. Visit diversifiedracing.com to learn more about the complete line of DMI racing components and Bulldog quick change rears.
The new Dirt Draft app, faster, sharper, built to win. New lock windows and predictive contests. More ways to play, more ways to win. Lock in your drivers, watch the action, and become a fantasy champion. Every lap, every restart, every last lap slide job that moves you up the leaderboard. The green flag just dropped on the all-new Dirt Draft. Download it now at dirtdraft.com. Draft your team and get...
Fan Fest going on right now at the Gondik Speedway here in Superior, Wisconsin. If you are a fan here at the racetrack, go back to the t-shirt area. That is where all the drivers are hanging out at right now with their t-shirt trailers, signing autographs, taking pictures, and selling some merchandise. Well, one night ago, we were live on Fox Sports 1 at the Red Cedar Speedway, and it was one of probably the most dominant performances we've ever seen in the history of Interstate Batteries high limit racing by Kyle Larson. At one point in time, he had lapped into the top 10 and had nearly a 10-second advantage. If you did not see the highlights, check this out. This is pretty impressive. Let's go racing off of turn number 4. We are green.
Brent Marks will win the drag race into turn number 1, but Kyle Larson utilizes the high side and shoots to the lead in turn number 2.
Kyle Larson with the lead early on in this one of the Red Cedar Speedway. Brent Marks back to the bottom in turns 3 and 4, slides it up the hill, gets into the cushion nearly to the wall. Here comes Avery to the inside, racing for the second spot. Will take it away into turn 1. Rico goes to second.
Rico takes the nose off of Brent Marks and takes the second spot as Tyler Courtney works his way into the top 5, but right now Brent Marks settles into third as Larson clicks off lap number 2. Rico Abreu separating himself already from third place running Brent Marks.
This will help out as Larson is blocked off by several cars into turn 1.
Larson goes above the cushion and tries to make a move there through traffic, and boy, Rico Abreu chopping into that lead as Kyle Larson nowhere to go with such thick lap traffic right in front of him.
Larson gets by the 33 of Scott Brody. They're so off the pace. The points leader.
Flat left rear for the 87 of Aaron Reitzel, your points leader with the flat left rear. Reitzel was running inside the top 10.
Back at green.
Green flag back in the air. We'll see if Rico's got anything for Larson. Great start there. Rico picked up the front tires on the front straightaway and look to the inside of Larson into number 1. Kyle Larson on the cushion. Rico down low and Larson pulls away down the back straightaway.
Justin Peck into the top 3 in the Rudy and Racing 26. He'll go around Brent Marks. They're side by side in turns 3 and 4. Give the advantage to Justin Peck, and he is closing on Rico Abreu for second into turn 1.
Justin Peck tries a slider. Rico denies him off of turn number 2, but Peck floated in the middle really nice right there and maintained the pace of the 24. A big move to the inside in turn 3. Gonna come up short that time by, but Justin Peck looks pretty sporty, and this one might have a shot to win in this thing. Went up over the cushion, gets by the 9 of Dason Person and the 2W of Scotty Neitzel. Kyle Larson putting a torrent pace up right now. Rico Abreu struggling to keep up.
Kyle Larson through lap traffic is so aggressive as Justin Peck down to the inside. Can he throw the slider? No, lap traffic and a block him on the bottom, and Rico able to slip away.
Abreu still with second, car off the pace back straightaway. Scotty Brody pulls in. We will stay green. Rico Abreu is in second, but Justin Peck will not go away. He's still right there with him down the front straightaway, and Brent Marks is closing in as well. The race for second once again. Justin Peck to the inside of Rico Abreu, and now Brent Marks tight on the cushion right there in turn 4. Oh, he loses the spot to Tyler Courtney.
Tyler Courtney around him is Justin Peck going after Rico again, and here comes Sunshine, but side by side for second. Justin Peck looks to the inside of Rico Abreu for second in turn number 3. He's got him in turn 4, slides across the nose, move Justin Peck to second, Rico through the middle, and here comes Sunshine.
Justin Peck to second, Tyler Courtney now on the back bumper of Rico Abreu. Both of them go down low. Around the outside comes Brent Marks. He'll take fourth away, and now closing on Rico down the back straightaway. Brent Marks has the top side rolling. He'll come after the Car Quest 24 in turns 3 and 4. To the top of the racetrack in turn 4, Brent Marks takes third across the line.
You want to talk about an incredible performance right now. Kyle Larson is lapped inside the top 10 in the 57. He is absolutely putting on a heroic performance right now.
Kyle Larson is on the same straightaway as Rico Abreu and Tyler Courtney. Those two drivers run inside the top 5. Justin Peck is in turn 1. Kyle Larson's in turn number 4. What a performance by the Silva Motorsports 57.
Incredible stuff out of Kyle Larson. Brent Marks was on the back bumper momentarily of Justin Peck for second as Peck trying to negotiate thick lap traffic. Brent Marks a couple of car lengths back ahead, but Kyle Larson is absolutely gone. He's on the same straightaway as third place running Brent Marks. Right now, Giovanni Scelzi has Thorson, but Thorson is right there on the back bumper.
Tanner Thorson. Oh, contact into turn 1, right in front of your leader.
Wow.
And Jenitin's into the wall. Here's a look at the replay. Going into the corner, Larson barely sneaks around the outside of Brenham Crouch and the 3 of Ayrton Jenitin. To the UNOH starting zone. Kyle Larson back on the hammer. Not a good start at all for Peck. He's going to lose a spot down the front straightaway.
Brent Marks into the second spot, as you said. Peck stumbled and went high, and there goes Rico around. Rico Abreu on the move. He'll look to take it, and here comes Tyler Courtney. 3-car battle for third.
Justin Peck going to fend off the challenges of Tyler Courtney. Slides it up the hill, gets to the cushion on the exit of turn number 4. Courtney on the bottom, pulls up next to Peck. They get very close into turn 1. They both go down low, leaves the high side open for Rico, trying to crack into the top 4.
Rico Abreu trying to get back inside the top 4 as this time by. It'll be 4 laps to go for Kyle Larson, the 2023 Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing champion, trying to go back-to-back. Brent Marks trying to rope him in, but boy, time is running out for the 19.
Here's the white flag. 1 lap to go for Kyle Larson. Make his way to the outside of a slower car. Scotty Neitzel and Dason Pursley. He said earlier during the dash he wanted to win here. Red Cedar last year made too many bad decisions. He made all the right decisions here tonight. He wins at Red Cedar Speedway. Brent Marks, 2nd.
For the 3rd race in a row.
3rd to Justin Peck, 4th to Tyler Courtney, and 5th will be Giovanni Scelzi. Complete and utter domination one night ago from Kyle Larson. It was his 2nd win in a row, dating back to Monday at the Davenport Speedway in Iowa. And Larson was just ridiculous last night. He qualified 6th here this evening, so might have a little bit more work to do ahead of him as you take a look at a very, very busy midway with the Fan Fest going on. Fans are taking advantage of that, meeting their favorite drivers, getting pictures, and getting autographs. After that race, let's take a look at the point standings. You saw Aaron Reitzel have a flat tire in that race, and so Rico Abreu now takes the lead by 1 point heading into tonight. You see Rico with 2 wins, Reitzel with 6, but Rico's got a couple more top 10s. Reitzel's got a couple more top 5s, but Rico is still out front. Giovanni Scelzi closed in on both of them last night. He is 32 points back in 3rd. Tanner Thorson 4th, minus 102, and Tyler Courtney inside the top 5 after a good run here yesterday. 115 back of the race, or of the championship leader. Justin Peck, Kerry Madsen, Brent Marks, Cy Lynch, and Tanner Holmes. And now let's flip the page to the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series points, because same song, different dance. It is Reitzel losing by 1 point in this championship as well, but it's to Giovanni Scelzi, and then 4 points back to Courtney, 6 to Rico, and then Brent Marks rounds out the top 5. With Justin Peck, Tanner Thorson, Brenham Crouch, or Kerry Madsen, Brenham Crouch, and Chase Randall in the top 10 of the Roto-Rooter Midweek Series point standings, which, of course, tonight is another one of those races, so those points will be shaken up again here this evening at the Gondik Law Speedway. So, great stuff there. You got a close championship fight. They've swapped the lead 3 times in the last 4 races at the top of the championship point standings. We'll see if it happens again here tonight. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to take a break here on Flow. When we come back, we've got more for you to watch here from the Gondik Law Speedway.
My name is Chase Randall. You're watching Interstate Batteries High Limit Racing live on FloRacing.
Go harder, faster, stronger with Rod End Supply. Whether you are running industrial, farming equipment, or a race car, Rod End Supply has the assortment of rod ends, radius rods, and specialty products that will help you lead the field in performance. Our superior design means our rod ends last longer and perform better, giving you the edge on the track and saving you money. Contact Rod End Supply or order online today at rodendsupply.com. We don't just sell them, we race them. rodendsupply.com, serving the racing community for over 30 years.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Toterhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more Toterhomes and Sprint Car Trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a Toterhome or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Get a degree that puts you in the garage, the front office, and the spotlight with a motorsports marketing degree from the University of Northwestern Ohio.
I'm big on understanding the business side of motorsports, and UNOH is equipping people to do that.
From internships to real-world experience, social media and PR, to sponsorships and race day operations, this is the business behind the action.
You can promote races, you can get to know the drivers, you can even do marketing for a driver.
The starting line is waiting for you at UNOH.